And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup.
Hello, users, and welcome to the goddamn Max the dog. Max! Maxie! Hello! Maxie! Okay, let's get this dog in the frame. Hello, dog. Oh. This is Max the dog. Look at this. Are you seeing this shit? Look at this. Oh. This is Max the dog, folks. We're doing a goddamn featuring the goddamn dog. So I'd like to make an announcement at the start of the show so that way less people are going to hear it. Jackson Hinkle has said that we will be debating at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll see if that ends up happening. Look at him. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. I love you. My beautiful Oh. He's no longer interested. Wait. All right, there he goes. There he goes. All right. Oh my God. Oh. He fell off the bed. All right. So we got the goddamn show, folks. It's a goddamn show. That guy's 1000% grift. Oh, I'm aware. I'm fully aware. I know everything I need to know going into this. Ooh. Alright, let me adjust this fucking camera. Okay. So we got a show today, folks. I'm hearing sirens. They're closing in. They're closing in, folks. Goddamn. I saw the Jimmy Dumbo video. Well, I didn't see it, but I saw that it exists. Oh, you can hear the sirens? Well, they are closing in. You know you're good when you start to hear them go in the opposite direction. All right, we're good, folks. They're now closing out. All right, so we got a fucking show here, folks. We got a fucking show here. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, folks. I'm going to do the goddamn show. I'm going to do the show. It's happening. It is happening. All right. So yesterday was day 179, or 89, I should say, 189 of protests in the city of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, and the county of Pasquotank County, North Carolina. So over the last week and a half or so, I had to deal with a family emergency, and so as a result, there's a lapse in my timeline from 177 all the way up until 188. But I came back yesterday and got a full recap of what happened in the last week or so. And it's basically just been the same thing that's been happening for the last couple of months. So it's nothing. We didn't miss too much. No one was hit and ran over by cars. No one was shot at. No one was verbally abused, to my understanding. It just seems that we are still doing daily demonstrations in downtown Elizabeth City. And yesterday was day 100. Is it 89? Was it 89 or? It might have been 89. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was 89, actually. Yes, day 189. I don't know. I have to recheck my records, but I've lost count as of this moment. But I'm pretty sure it was day 189. So anyway, we walked around through downtown Elizabeth City. I don't know what was going on here, but there was like some construction. I don't know what's going on here, but there's a lot going on. So I don't really know. But either way, we had a couple people. The kiddos are still alive and well. One of them's got a megaphone now. They took over for me when I was not there. And so they are now the ones going to be chanting. I'm leaving them in charge. You got to get the next generation up and ready to rumble. Because I'm sure this next generation is going to see a lot of shit in their lifetimes. But either way, yesterday we did another very nice demonstration. We changed our daily demonstration times from 6 p.m. to 5 p.m. because of the changing amount of sunlight that is involved in, the sun goes out quicker. So we moved it to 5 p.m. Personally, I prefer that because more people are out and about at 5 compared to 6. And so, there you go. I'm trying to think if there's any updates. There is an update, actually. The person who drove into the crowd in May of this year, Lisa O'Quinn, got her case continued up until May of next year, 1 year after the initial incident. So she has some pretty good lawyers, I guess. They're paying thousands and thousands of dollars for that shit. And they successfully basically bought her an entire year. And I'm sure that by that point, people are going to forget the crimes that she committed, and she's probably going to get off on parole or some shit. That's going to be pretty incredible to watch. But either way, again, this is how it works. When protesters get charged with a bunch of garbage, when they get a continuance, it lasts for maybe a month, sometimes a month and a half, right? But if you drive into the crowd and try to kill people, call them racial slurs, whatever. We'll deal with that later. Someone walking on the sidewalk, well, we got to prosecute you as soon as possible. If we don't prosecute someone for walking on the sidewalk at 8:03 p.m., all hell's going to break loose. Driving into the street, right, during a parade and just running down people as you scream racial slurs out the window. I mean, we can get to that anytime. I mean, that's a misdemeanor. That's a small-time crime. Walking on the sidewalk at 8:03 p.m., on the other hand, that's pretty rough stuff in the state of North Carolina and the county of Pasquotank County. This shit fucking sucks, folks. And it's gonna suck, and it's never gonna stop sucking, because the world we live in is garbage. The people in charge of Elizabeth City are garbage. The people in charge of Pasquotank County are garbage. And I'm gonna be honest, the people trying to replace these people are also garbage. The whole system is trash, right? The whole system of American democracy, as people call it, is trash. I mean, we're looking at this case with Kyle Rittenhouse, where the judge in that instance is saying, oh, you can't use the term victims. They were actually arsonists. Huh? And we're seeing that very same kind of treatment here in Pasquotank County, where the judges don't give a shit about people that scream racial slurs and try to run down Black Lives Matter demonstrators during a permitted parade. That's fine. Though, again, if you got caught on the sidewalk at 8:03 p.m., hey, gotta lock them up. There's no other option. So, either way, that's what's going on in Elizabeth City. But yesterday, I believe it was day 189. Someone can fact check me if they would like. But I'm pretty sure today will be day 190. And so it's good to be back. I'm going to be honest, I haven't done screaming for a week and a half or so, and my throat's a little fucked up from the chanting and the megaphone. So, you know, I got to get back into the swing of things. But we've continued. The chain has continued to be unbroken. Catherine, I know that we've had this conversation so many times, but you can't say that in the chat. I understand why you're upset, and you know, maybe other avenues for you to get that catharsis out here, but in the live stream chat room, you just can't do that. It's a problem for me. And I know that you get banned all the time on YouTube. I don't want to deal with it. So I'm asking you, you know, I'm, you know, I have Seinfeld right here next to my foot, so I got to move it. I'm asking you nicely if you could just stop threatening to kill people in the chat. That would be great. So, shooting film footage, of course. Hey, Scorp. I'm sorry to hear that. I almost dealt with a similar situation, but things are looking pretty good now, so. I understand how scary that can be. It is so fucking cold today for no reason. What's the weather like? It's 13 degrees today, folks. Christ almighty. I'm used to it being in the 20s. I'm freezing. It's gonna rain on Friday? Uh-oh, it's dipping down to 9 degrees on next Monday. It'll be over for me at that point. I mean, cops are fucking crazy. Like I've been saying, anyone who likes cops doesn't interact with cops. Yeah, I'm a centigrade user. So what? Think Fahrenheit's for motherfuckers? looking at dogs online. God, I love dogs. In fact, I've got one right over there. Veggie chili in the crock pot. I don't understand. Okay, let me talk about this. What is chili? If you think chili has meat in it, you're a fucking idiot. Okay, chili refers to peppers. How can you have meat in peppers? Peppers are like, they grow off of a fucking vine that comes out of the ground. You know what I mean? Like, there's no such thing as veggie chili. There's meat chili. As far as I'm concerned. Veggie chili is the default. Chili con carne? More like chili con carnival, because you're all at a circus. Because you're dumb. Anyway. Oh, whoo. Trying my best here, folks. Trying my goddamn best. Speaking of con carne, alright, folks, we got some goddamn news here. Got some goddamn news. So I feel bad for all you meat eaters. Not only because if you eat meat, you have a low IQ, and you're probably going to have a heart attack at the age of 35, but also you're going to get poisoned. So we got this article here from the U.S., well, it's not from the USDA, but the USDA has announced an urgent meat recall. Throw it away if you have any. That's right, folks. The Food Safety and Inspection Service, which is part of the United States Department of Agriculture, recently issued a pork recall for more than 10,000 pounds of pork pellet products from Evans Food Group. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this was because last year, at the final year in the Trump administration, Donald Trump basically gutted all safety precautions for pork processing plants. Basically said there is no, like, they reduced the standards for inspection for, like, shit, you know, like rats, like body parts, you know, like like teeth, you know, like eyeballs. They reduced the inspection standards to such a point where it's like you have one person for every, like, you know, like 10, I forget what the numbers were. I do. Look it up for me. But it was like to the point where one person could not reasonably actually inspect the products being processed. And therefore, it's going to lead to a lot more of these issues. So now we're seeing a year later, year and a half or so, and whoops, whoop-de-doo-dah, pork is all fucked up. Who would have thought that would happen? Certainly, Joe Biden didn't think that would happen because he didn't do anything about fixing that. So let me read this for you. The pork issue has been processed into various snacks. A full list of these products can be viewed here. The list includes products from Max Brand, Turkey Creek, Queso, De Oro, Pamana, and also pork rind products with 7-Eleven branding. Look at this shit. Imagine eating this garbage. 7 Select. Yeah, I'm gonna go down to 7-Eleven and get some pork rinds. Have fun dying, bitch. So, anyway, just talking about meat. Meat is bad for you. if you eat meat, you have a low IQ, and you're probably going to die of a heart attack by the time you're 23. So just throwing that out there. Be safe and throw away your meat. All of it. Doesn't even matter. Just throw it away. Buy some fucking vegetables. Get some beans. And live your goddamn life like a normal person. Ugh. I'm burping. It's all that sucralose. What is it? Is this one sucralose? Sucralose, baby. Let's get it. Oh yeah, I made a salad last night. It's pretty good. I don't think this one has aspartame. I think it's... Oh, it does have aspartame as well. But it's got sucralose. It's got both. Oh, my... In other news, the United States of America, I've got news for this shit. It's not going to last into the 2030s because new poll has found 35% of voters say that the 2020 election should be overturned. One-third of the people that voted want to take it back. Like, Alright, let's go in. No, thank you. Oh, please stop with the pop-ups. 35% of registered voters said the results of the 2020 presidential election should be overturned. According to a new poll, nearly 9 months after Congress certified President Biden's Electoral College win, the poll conducted by Politico and Morning Consult found that 22% of registered voters said the results of the 2020 presidential election should definitely be overturned. And 13% of those polled say they should probably be overturned. What the fuck is the difference between those two words, by the way? Definitely and probably. That's like 100% versus 80%. You know, it's like, maybe, you know, it should probably happen versus, oh yeah, it should definitely happen. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, like the probably people are just like the kind of betas, you know, and they're gonna shift into the definitely camp way before they shift into the other camps. So I'm just saying. 43% of those polled said the results should definitely not be overturned. Now, again, I don't think there's too much of a difference between definitely and probably, to be honest. But again, less than a majority of voters are 100% convinced that the election was fine. What? Like, yes, 43 plus 12 is over a majority, right? But imagine the kind of person who says it should probably not be overturned. Like, it's a different calculation, in my opinion. Probably overturn it versus probably not overturn it. Less than a majority are, like, actually like, oh yeah, there was nothing wrong with Joe Biden becoming president. That's weird. That's weird. We have like and like when you count the extra 12%, that's not like that's like 55% of voters saying that the election was fine. That's a problem. 11% of respondents said they were unsure. unsure. Now imagine being such a goddamn dullard, you're just not sure if the election was stolen. No. Could have been. Who knows? 55% of voters think that the election was fine. Only 43% are certain of it. What? What the fuck? 60% of Republicans polled said the election results should definitely or probably be overturned. Jesus fuck ass motherfuck. While 30% of GOP respondents said the vote should probably not or definitely not be overturned. 10% that said they do not know. So that means 70% of Republicans they just literally don't even believe in voting. They just don't care. They just don't give a fuck. That's called fascism, folks. I don't need, like, I don't, what other, like, this is the only metric, the only poll you need to see that Republicans are fascists. 70% of them want to just redo the election because they lost. Only 19% of registered voters said they believe it is very likely or somewhat likely the election results will be overturned. So we're talking. So 70% of Republicans, right? And what was the number up here? 35. Or what was it? 22 plus 13. Okay, so 35% of voters think it should be overturned, but 19% of voters think it will be overturned. So there's like, half of them or so are like, it should be, but then half of those people are like, it's gonna happen any day now. %71% who said it is very unlikely or somewhat unlikely. Roughly 1 in 4 Republicans polled, 23%, said they believe such an event is likely to happen. As did 18% of Democrats and 14% of Republicans. Wait, what? Wait, so 23% of Republicans said that they believe it is likely to happen. But also it says 14% of I don't understand that one. That's, I think, a mistype. But either way, I can understand why a Democrat would think that it could happen. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean they support it. It just means that they're afraid of that possibility. So depending on how that question was asked, I could see myself answering it might happen. But either way, I mean, this is some fuck shit, folks. This is not good. I don't need to be the one to tell you. You should see this headline and go, oh, yeah, we're fucked. We're fucked. We are fucked, folks. And again, I need to reiterate, not in the good dick way. This is not good. Like, if they keep lying and people keep believing, the numbers have been going up. You would think the numbers would be going down by this point. The numbers are going up of people that are believing in these bat fuck shit conspiracy theories. Not even remotely in the same universe anymore. If the Republicans just keep lying over and over and over again, that number is going to go up to 40%. What happens when it's like 48% of voters think that the election was stolen in 2020? What happens at that point? Where it's 49.6% of voters. Are the Democrats going to do anything to prevent the incoming fascist takeover of government? My guess is probably not. So, we'll see how this goes. It's just, I really, and I hate to be the one that has to say this. But, you know, I'm going to say it anyway.
Really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Like, I mean, God, it's just, I can't. I won't. I don't think they actually believe that. If they did, they wouldn't vote anymore. I disagree. I disagree with that because, again, I don't think voting is going to change much. I don't think voting is going to do what we need to do, but I still do it anyway just because it takes like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So I can understand why Republicans would just do it anyway, and then if they lose, just go like, never mind. Redo. I get it. So, we got some other bullshit I want to talk about today. Some other bull fucking shit. Some other goddamn bull fuck. What's worse? Bullshit or bull fuck? Personally, I think bull fuck is worse, but we'll see. So this is a good segue. So I recently, and by recently I mean like 5 minutes ago on the live show, but I just want to tie these two things together. 35% of voters in a new poll said that the 2020 election should be overturned. Okay. 60% of Republicans polled said that the election results should definitely or probably be overturned. So that's 6 in 10 Republicans think that the election was stolen. This is what that leads to.
Fascism. This is tyranny. When do we get to use the guns? No, and I'm not, that's not a joke. I'm not saying it like that. I mean, literally, where's the line? How many elections are they going to steal before we kill these people?
So, no, no, hold on.
I mean, like, I don't even, like, where's my commentary? I don't have any commentary. Well, I don't have any what do I say about this? What do I say about this? What is there that I can possibly say? What can I possibly do or say about this at all? In any way. So for those of you that don't know, this is like some sort of thing that the Turning Points USA group is doing. And the right is going to these events and they're asking their political movement leaders when they can start killing Democrats. Like, there's nothing I can say about this. 6 in 10 Republicans think that the election was stolen. So, of course, there's going to be that segment of them that has the guns, and they're going to start hunting down and killing Democrats, or demon rats as they call them. Could you imagine? Right? Like, I think if you can change your voter registration from Democrat to independent, go for it. Because eventually, if these motherfuckers, if they just stumble across voter rolls, which in a lot of these states are public, and you're on the Democratic voter roll, they're probably going to go to your house and fucking kill you. I'm sure that that's going to happen any day now because these fucking people are crazy. In a lot of states, if you know someone's name, you can just look up where they live and what party affiliation they are. What's to stop them from doing this? They're fucking crazy. And we're all just supposed to just go like, if we just ignore it, it'll go away. If we ignore it, nothing will happen. If we just pretend like they're not armed and willing to kill us, then I guess they're not going to do it. Like, I mean, again, this is not good, folks. I'm not want to be like that whole Civil War II kind of person, but right? I mean, at this point, it's getting kind of hard to just not be that person because this is scary. This is some really horrifying shit. I don't even know what to say about that. I have no commentary. I have none. I have none. I have none. Max! My doggy has nightmares sometimes. Max! Catherine, I'm asking you to stop saying that in my chat room. I'm pleased for the love of God. Come on, don't make this difficult for me. You're not making this easy. I would like to remind Catherine, specifically, that there was an anarchist in Florida that got 6 years in prison for saying exactly what you just said, Catherine. I'm looking out for you. This guy got 6 years of prison for saying exactly what you wrote in my YouTube chat on Facebook. So I'm not saying that you should stop because I'm trying to censor your free speech or whatever. I'm telling you that the FBI is not a fan of leftists. And leftists and anarchists are getting prosecuted for saying that we need to prepare for a civil war. The people that stormed the Capitol, 4 months, 10 months. If you say, yo, let's get a gun and protect ourselves, 6 years. So I'm telling y'all, this is a very serious situation. And, I understand that people are frustrated. I absolutely agree. But we got to be smart about this. Because, again, the right wing has the power of government. They've got the power of the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, all that bullshit. And so you just, you got to be careful. So
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
These people are fucking, they're gonna kill us all. Like, I'm telling you right now. They're gonna kill us all. I don't even know. Don't even know what to say. So let's talk about crypto coins. I am once again missing out on the Shiba Inu train. I'm just seeing this because it's now trending on Twitter, so I'm distracted. I fucking bought at, you know, like 40% less than what it is now, and then sold at like a 6% gain, thinking I'm smart, and now it's up another 40%, so I'm losing it, folks. I'm losing it. I missed out on the tendies. Speaking of people that are missing out on tendies. So look at this shit. Look at this fucking shit. Look at this. So here is a march of fascists in New York that are anti-mandate. And it's made up of law enforcement, fire department workers, etc.
Right there. That's the
USA. USA, folks. USA, I don't know what to tell you. We're fucked. I don't like, the world is ending. It's over. The world is going to cease to exist as we know it. Like, I am less afraid of climate change than I am of the incoming takeover of fascism in this country. I hope that there's a Hurricane Sandy too, and that they can... I'm just joking. But, like, seriously, these motherfuckers are gonna kill us. They're gonna kill us. Look at all these dumb fuck motherfuckers. Now, why are they protesting? Now, again, last year, in 2020... Black Lives Matter demonstrators were on this bridge. They got tear gassed. Ran over with police cars. Had less lethal rubber bullets shot at journalists. Do you see any of that here? No, because the ones marching here are the cops. And why are they marching? Because they don't want to enforce the law. So, can someone point to me in the 1970s, when all the cops protested against the Controlled Substances Act, where they were saying, do not comply, I don't want to arrest people for marijuana use? Can anyone point to me that footage? Or maybe in the 80s or the 90s, or at any point since the Controlled Substances Act? Have you ever seen a group of thousands of police officers say, I don't want to enforce this law. This law is unjust? No, you haven't, because they love that law. They love stop and frisk. They love, oh, wait, I can smell weed. Let's kill someone. They love that shit. But when it comes to basic fucking medical science, all of a sudden, can't enforce the law. So again, all of last year, even earlier this year, when I was participating in protests in Elizabeth City, I asked police officers why they feel like their behavior is okay. Sometimes they say, we're just trying to keep the peace, we're enforcing the law, we're just trying to enforce the law, we're trying to keep people safe. All of 2020, people in all cities across the United States, including New York, asked police officers, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? We're enforcing the law, follow the rules. When George Floyd was killed, why was he killed? Oh, because he didn't comply. He was resisting arrest. But now, who cares? Who cares? Enforce what law? It's not about the laws. It's about power. It's about giving cops the power to do whatever the fuck they want. The law isn't required. It doesn't mean anything. Remember when New York City banned chokeholds like 6 years ago? Did you see them follow those rules in 2020? Again, there's a lot going on, folks. There's a lot going on. We're fucked. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm at a loss. I really am. But anyway, folks, I'm gonna wrap up the show for today. I'd like to say thank you for watching. According to Jackson Hinkle, we're going to have a conversation on Netflix workers tonight at 7 Eastern. So we'll see if that actually ends up happening. But that's what I'm aware of. I think Jackson Hinkle is kind of dumb. So, and I have no problem with saying that publicly, like, before a show. But I do think that they're kind of dumb. Because they made a claim on a stream a week ago. And then they demanded that people debate them. So I accepted the challenge. And over the last 6 days, they have, like, changed their opinions and, like, done a lot of weaseling. And, like, changed, like, they're trying to, like, use dictionary definitions. And it's, like, a really weird guy. He's a really weird guy. So I'm not, I don't, like, it's going to be fun to watch, but don't expect anything, like, intelligent out of this. He ran for city council. I'm aware. Dave Chappelle put out a response to Netflix activists. I saw that yesterday. I don't know if I'm gonna... maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm not sure, but it's boring. It's so boring, but maybe I can get, like, a couple hundred views out of it. But anyway, folks, that's the show for today. And so keep posted on Twitter if you want to watch me on, just make fun of someone on their own show, because it might be fun. But anyway, we will see how things go with that. And more, and much, much more in the next episode of Above It All.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the vote.
I've got to go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. I'm the only person who's ever run on 3 platforms that I was told could not possibly win the election, and I never ceased from it. One was on restoring the soul of this country because of what I saw happen in Charlottesville. That was it. No one else was talking about it. The words of presidents matter. Nobody else.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. 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 He comes in your grandmother ear. Father, you comes in your grandmother ear. Father, you comes in your grandmother.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.